Alright, welcome back to More Than Peaches Gaming. I'm your host, Mune, and today we're going to be talking a bit about the 5th anniversary event for Neverwinter. Um, we are currently on Thursday, excuse me, Thursday, June 14th, at about T minus, I think it's about 23 minutes from the actual launch of the event. Just to be clear, I'm going to show you the calendar. Starts in 22 minutes, is what they claim from the in-game clock. So we have all these wonderful things that are going on, and I love that we have double refining stones because I got a ton of stuff to boost out, and I love double influence because my guild still needs it. Okay, now a lot of what's going on today is related to these three items. We have a Wondrous Bazaar discount, which if you look at it, it says 15% off all purchases, and it stacks with VIP. We have the Summer Promotional Event, which is crazy good for anybody who's wanting to uh, buy into it. And then we have the Protector's Jubilee, which has all sorts of other things that are available, including our brand new throne, which I don't think is listed on here for whatever reason. Because we have the previous thrones of the Game Master, the Lion, Boo, and Shadow Dragon, but I think we also have a new throne this year, which is nice. And then, of course, we have the long-awaited changes to the Wondrous Bazaar, which I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to this, but they announced it earlier today where they moved a bunch of green mounts into the Wondrous Bazaar, as well as green companions. So we get the Kenku Archer and the Iron Stone of Radiance. For whatever reason, I thought that these would be the two exceptions and all the rest would come into the Wondrous Bazaar because that's what it said on their webpage. But maybe somebody got that backwards. I don't know. And I think they made some changes to the trade bar merchant. I think that's where they threw those green mounts. Maybe not. Yeah, it feels like, yeah, they didn't really change a whole lot. So the information that they had, I feel like, was a little bit inaccurate. I mean, it's nice that the tamed Velociraptor is here, but that's about it for that. And I know the big question is going to be what is going to be on sale in the Zen market. Well, they did change some things in the Zen market. In particular, they added the Blessed Refinement Pack, which comes with 20 Favors of Tomorrow, and then the Refinement Gemstones, which has this wonderful assortment of refinement gemstones, as I would just put it. But you might even have a chance of getting a rank 12 enchantment, which is nice, and an ultimate enchanting stone. So these could be worth something, but I don't really see it coming that way. They're 400 Zen a piece, currently without any discount, and you cannot double up on them for double gems or refining stones. So it doesn't do you a whole lot of good to get it if you're just going to try to open it up for this event. You can wait on it, but you can also buy them at what is it, like 240, I think. So that brings me to the next thing that a lot of people have been asking, and that is the big question. What is the sale today? What is the sale for the 5th anniversary? Will it be 10%? Will it be 20%? 30? 40? 50? A lot of people were speculating 50 for like the longest time. I'll tell you right now, it's 40%. Okay? That's 40%. Okay? That's just like when we had our Black Friday sales and that was the exact same as what we had last year on the consoles for their fourth anniversary. So we're not really seeing an increase in that, and it seems like 40% is the most that they're willing to go. Unfortunately, this has caused a lot of undue rest with a lot of players. Um, some have been disgruntled about it. They said, well, Cryptic has lied. We don't like liars. We're leaving. Okay? I've seen people straight up leave the game already. Um, I've also seen some say, well, it's better than nothing. How? Others have completely changed their strategies on what they're doing. Some have decided that instead of investing in stuff in the Zen market, because there is a Wondrous Bazaar sale, they'll just invest in that. And then there are others that are like, well, I already have all the Zen I really need, and I know what I'm exactly going to buy now that I have an idea of how much the sale is. I'm only going to buy said things, and so whatever I have left over for Zen, I'm just going to try to sell it. So I don't know if anybody was paying attention, at least on the PlayStation. Yesterday we had Zen uh, was pretty much non-existent. It had gotten up to 500 and then gone. Okay, we had a queue for request for Zen at roughly about 500,000, which is kind of bad. Okay, and I know it's not as bad as what PC has seen, and I don't know about Xbox, but I know like PC has seen up to like 17 million. I don't know if that's higher or lower. If you know for sure, you can just like message me or something because I'm kind of curious about that. I just don't play on PC, but I'm aware of what's going on over there. And I don't know if it's gotten better or worse since the sale has dropped. Because the sale hasn't officially dropped, but I was wondering if it was far worse yesterday because of everybody that was in anticipation for the sale. Okay, and the thing is that Zen has been steadily increasing here on the PlayStation 4 for a few months now, at least 2 to 3, because everybody's been in anticipation of this sale. And now that it's here, there was some speculation that it would hit 500 and create a queue and last there for a month or two. Give me a sec. Oh, I have stuff in my overflow bag. Yay! I'm not gonna open this stuff prematurely, so I'm just gonna open up my shared bank. Throw that in and throw the other one in. Everyone can laugh at my inventory. It's not nothing really to be happy about. Uh, but it's more than that. There's more to it than the queue and the amount of Zen being like so called not being available for like a month or two. And some people speculated that it might be longer depending on how big the sale was. As far as I know, Cryptic has not done anything to fluctuate it any further than what they announced earlier this morning, which is good. But they definitely were trying to make this sale like their biggest thing. You know, and I know some people want to see this, so brace yourself. The Astro Diamond Exchange is currently nothing available for Zen. Okay? It is still that way. The requested quantity is at 36,000, which is nice, I guess. But this is very different than when I first logged on this morning. When I first logged on this morning, we had Zen that was available at 499. After yesterday being 500,000 requested. That means either people pulled it down, that like their request, because the sale wasn't as high as they were expecting it to be, or it was fulfilled. So those are really like the two big ones. Or people thought it was ridiculous to try to buy Zen, I guess. Uh, I want nothing to do with the Zen sale, mainly because I'm perfectly content with where I'm at. I'm trying to build up AD. Uh, I still have stuff to sell, and I know that this is going to become a buyer's market rather than a seller's market because people are going to be buying Astro Diamond. Uh, sorry, not Astro Diamond. Oh my God, Enchanted Keys. You know those little babies that open up lock boxes. They're going to buy them 40% off, which is, get this, the same as getting one of those coupons that you get out of your uh, refining bags from time to time. So it's no more than that, except for that you can buy 20 at a time at a discount and get free crap that way. And there are more reasons to be excited about this event rather than just what's going on with the market, because that's the thing about playing this game is if you're going to realistically play it and try to play all of the content or the majority of the content, you have to be aware of market changes, what's worth what's going to be good for your character, and so forth. And not everybody sees it the same way. Like, I know that uh, it will be really beneficial if we didn't have to worry about those things. I don't know about you, but coming to a game and just playing it and not having to worry about timing of like, oh, I do I want to play this weekend? Can I take this weekend and be with my family? Can I take this weekend and maybe go out? Can I take this time and do stuff? And to some people who play this game, those just are not options because I don't know if you've looked at it, but this calendar kind of rules a player's life when you play this game. Because like this weekend, we have double refining stones, double influence. We have the bizarre Winter's Bazaar discount. We have the Jubilee. Okay, and then guess what? Next week we have double Icewind Dale currency, double glory. Week after that we have double Underdark, as well as Challenge of the Gods. The week after that, we have double shards of power, double experience. Seals are discounted, and Celebration of Lyra. Week after that, we have more refining stones, double guild marks, Summer Festival. Double influence after that with more seals. Nobody cares about that. At least I don't think anybody cares about that. And we still have the Summer Festival going. And here we are on August 2nd, where the Summer Festival is finally ended, and we have double Sharandar currency. So it's literally jam-packed with events. And as a player, that means you have to prioritize what you're going to do every weekend and decide on, oh, if I'm going to go out one weekend this month, I have to choose the one where it means the least. And unfortunately for me, I'm taking like the 12th off of July. So what am I missing out on? Let's see, July 12th. I'm missing out on double refining stones, double guild marks, and the beginning of the summer festival. So that's me just taking a weekend. I miss out on all that. So it keeps us busy. On top of that, there are also these weekly sales or weekend sales, and they fill up so much time when you're playing. They pop up all the time and they drive markets. And again, if you're planning on doing anything with progression in this game, you have to have access to Zen. Because, yes, you can get your preservation wards from alternate sources, but they just are not enough. Especially when it comes to upgrading anything. I mean, I went and upgraded like my weapon the other day, and it took me like 10 preservation wards. Okay. I can get them from the Vault of Piety once every, what is it, like 11 days. I have a chance to get one per character, and I have 8 characters. So here I am. That means over the course of, you know, 11 days, I have 8 chances. Well, I said it just took me 10. So it's going to take me roughly about half a month to 2/3 of a month to get the amount of preservation wards I need. Just so I can upgrade one thing. Well, that's when, yes, you can run dungeons, get AD, and buy them off the auction house, but that just does not cut it. Sometimes you just have to go straight to the source because it ends up being cheaper. And so you have to buy Zen. And what you do to get the price of those preservation wards the cheapest is you get a coupon or you get it on a sale. And it is kind of ridiculous that that is exactly what players like me struggle with, is just having enough money to make ends meet. And yes, I have 6 million AD, and people are probably like, well, you have no right to complain. I have plenty of right to complain because I'm an experienced player. I put in tons of time on this game. And when you look at it, the preservation wards are still kind of costly. But again, if you're just tuning in, the current market of this is at, I'll just go ahead and show you. We're currently sitting here with no available Zen, with a 29,000 queue for requested, make that 30,000 for it at 500. So the market's not completely screwed over, but it's pretty screwed over. We're getting a 40% discount on the Zen market, not 50%, just 40. I don't know how that measures up to that of PC. I really do want to know. That's kind of neat because yesterday we had 500,000 in the queue for 500 Zen, or 500 AD per Zen. So very different. The event has not started yet. It starts in about 6 minutes, and I'm really disappointed in the way that Cryptic has been going about this, because some people are still pissed off about this. They feel kind of lied to. I myself am not too thrilled about it, but then again, I don't have any Zen. So I thought this through, and I got my VIP beforehand, and didn't even bother. I was just like, yeah, my VIP ran out like a few days prior. I wasn't gonna wait. I was just like, screw it. It's not worth waiting. So here I am. I sold all my Zen, and I'm sitting on about 6 million AD. So getting back to the topic I was talking about prior, is that, yeah, players really do rely on that Zen market for certain items, especially preservation wards. Those are probably the biggest ones. The others are probably the strongbox keys for guilds, because yeah, it gets kind of weird. Wonder what he's talking about. Admins incoming. Huh. Wonder what you. Okay. Had to ask the question what he meant by admins. Yeah, a good thing to prep for this, though, is tend your damn structures beforehand, because this is going to get wild and the game might lag out depending on how many people are actually jumping on to do stuff. And right now, you don't see my screen filled up with anything. You know, that's something that's probably going to start here in about 4 minutes. Scary thought. Yeah, and I think I know what they're talking about. The admins in the stronghold, basically getting ready to build on the uh, structure right here, which is the Jubilee structure. In case you weren't following what exactly that does, give me a second. This is one reason why I'm kind of happy about this event. I like doing the Jubilee Trader, and we're going to probably build the thing for influence. If you have the resources to do this, build for influence. I cannot, uh, explain that enough. So it cost all these resources, which we have plenty. They only cost 2,100 a piece, and they generate 240 influence per hour. Mind you, it's 2,100 of each of the materials per 24 hours, and you can do it for up to a week. So you have to build, and then once it's gone in 24 hours, you need to come back and do it again. So I'm just kind of standing here. Okay. Yeah, some people are really confused about what's going on. I yeah, this gets kind of funny conversation when you start talking to people in guilds, which is nice. Um, yeah, and as a guild leader, this is my responsibility, which kind of sucks, but it is something that needs to happen. I'm just waiting for the timer. We have about 30 seconds remaining until we get the start. I just love that we have that little counter down there, about 20 seconds, until everything basically jumps right into this event. Once it gets down to about 5 seconds, I'll exit out of my menu and I'll be like ready to go. I'm gonna get ready to build that thing. So I believe we need influence to its greatest amount. Okay. All right. All right, and it's built. All right. So the events are up, which is awesome. So nothing has happened yet. Thank goodness. Everything is going well here. I know that they have their big event, which I believe is the escort mission. If I remember correctly, you have to go all the way over here for it. So it gets kind of crazy once you start doing it, and it gets pretty wild. I think they want everybody to go to the Helm Guild. That way they can do the event, which is pretty neat. But again, like I said, now that it has dropped, let's take a look to see how bad this is. This isn't so bad right now, but you're going to start seeing some market fluctuations. Uh, yeah, so we have a little bit of market fluctuation going on where we actually have available. Oh, I have no idea how they got that. Oh, choose. Oh, you get to choose what you get. So you get a Azure, Dark, Radiant, or Silvery enchantment pack. That's kind of cool. Claimable once and binds to the account. All right, we're gonna go ahead and claim that. So make sure you grab that. It is free. You also get a free refinement pack, which is kind of neat. I believe that was part of what they were planning on giving away. But I want to make sure about this because this seems a little bit weird because, yeah. Let's take a look at the Jubilee event. I have it pulled up on a side tablet That way I can kind of take a look, see what we're able to get. So we haven't gotten anything yet, and we are on day 1. Which, this is a refinement gemstones. This is the thing that I was talking about. Uh, so I'm just gonna go ahead and claim that. Okay. So when you claim it, it immediately opens up your stuff, which is really funny because I think I just got a vicious enchantment, which I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it because I don't use vicious enchantments really all that much. Okay. So everything is on sale, 40% off. So it's gonna get wild. You'll start seeing on my screen craziness. I'm gonna go ahead and open up. Yeah. So I got a rank 10 vicious enchantment. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not happy about this because I do not need a vicious enchantment. I got 2 blood rubies, which was okay, I guess, and a brilliant diamond, which I don't remember. I was looking at this a little while ago. Dang it. Yeah, the so it's a refinement pack. This is what we just got. So I had a chance to get a violet diamond, a brilliant diamond, an exalendrite, or a blood ruby. So I ended up getting a brilliant diamond and a blood ruby, which is good. But then I got a superior enchanting stone, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping for something a little bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and link this because yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I have absolutely no reason why I should even have the brilliant diamond. I don't use my refinement for very much anything. And anybody who's actually seen my streams beforehand, I have about 600,000 refinement. But that's also because it went down a little bit because I got my bronzewood weapons, which these things are amazing. I love these things. So, which are the Mastercraft 3 things. Okay, I don't know what that ringing is, but I keep hearing it whenever I interact with things. Oops. I probably just chose my own stronghold. So, which is really weird when you look at it. It's just kind of crazy. But this event is definitely worth it, and I don't even know where I'm supposed to pick up the quest for the anniversary event. I think probably out in the Protector's Jubilee, or sorry, Protector's Enclave. But I'm not going to worry about it right now because I'm just like I'm checking out everything, and I know some people are just like, "How fucked is the market?" And yes, I did use the F word for that very purpose. So here's Bison. Look at that. Look at that baby. Yeah, it just plummeted. So it's just that wild. Zen just goes through the roof and back. And like I said, I'm not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole. There's too much risk to uh, going on with it. And I'm going to take a look at other things because, as much as I really like to say that this is a glorious event, it's wild. It's completely wild. It's fun and wild and crazy, and like it should be. Like right now, I'm heading over to one of the event things, which is clear on the other end of this map. I should probably put on my mount speed if I'm going to be running around here. I was farming up scroll cases beforehand, so I had the double thing going on. Uh, yeah, it's just gonna keep going like crazy, and I'm not gonna touch that. That's just it's fun to watch because you know it's coming. I'm gonna pass this up for right now. I might get that later. So, so you come all the way out here. You talk to this guy. Okay, you have to have protection orders to get him going. Let me double check. I don't remember if I actually have protection orders. I might. Uh, Maybe I don't. Okay, so I don't remember how to get the protection orders. I'm gonna guess you have to do something in the Enclave. It's been a while since I've done this. But again, the market's just kind of going crazy. What I'm probably going to do here is when I get to the Enclave, I'm going to go ahead and just switch it over to the market. So the ZAX, also known as the Astro Diamond Exchange here on the PlayStation. And that way you can kind of keep an eye on seeing what's going on and so forth, what's available and how big the queue is and so forth. Because I know some people who are they don't have access to this game. They're at work or uh, doing stuff. So we have a store, which they have the key, which I already have, and then all sorts of other stuff, including the Jubilee unicorn, which I don't have yet. But let's see what else we have. We have the crates for the years, which are awesome, and the thank you crate, which is I don't even remember what you have to do to get this, but uh, I think it's fine. But you have to have the coins. And click here. Sounds amazing. Okay. So this is the quest that you need to take. It's called it's Celebration. Okay, so you have to go talk to a bunch of people and you get the anniversary coin. In addition, you have Protector's Bounty, which has the figurines, some Zen Market coupons, which right now that doesn't do anybody any good. Uh, Stronghold vouchers, which are green, which are good, and additional renown. And it tells you that you can get other things from them as soon as you get over a certain amount of packs. All right, so that's what this is, and that is defend foreign merchants as they make their way to the festivities at Protector's Enclave. We have Law and Order, which gives you the same thing. Uh, you have to go talk to somebody in Helm's Hold. Help the city during so the guy's speech, and sign of an arrow. Place a warning sign at ranger camps in Black Dagger Ruins. So these are all kind of interesting things you can do, and I don't know if you can do them multiple times. Just gonna go ahead and take them all, and then I'm gonna go ahead and position myself back at my stronghold, or not the stronghold, at actually I said I was going to do something. I'm going to do it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and open up the exchange like I said I would, and just leave it here so you guys can see. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my mic and I'm going to make a quick call, and you guys can make the judge on whether or not this is exactly what you were expecting it to be. All right, so if for whatever reason the broadcast is cuts out or I end up ending it, just be aware that this is what is going on, and Zen is dropping like a rock. So just so you see. All right, so keep watching. I'll leave this up for a while. Uh, Tell your friends to watch it if they happen to be seeing it, and that's that. Alright, I'm back. And as you can see, Zen is jumping all over the place for the unit price for each one. We've seen it down as low as 484, as high as 500, or even non-existent when we were looking at it. If you look back further back in the stream, if you have the chance to, you can see that we started off with a queue of roughly about 30,000 to be bought at 500 AD each, and now we have a surplus of what's coming out. The requested amount has greatly diminished because either people have realized that the sale is not as high as they anticipated, or there is not a high demand for it because they're doing other things. It keeps going back up because some people are still buying Zen. So they want to buy things from the Zen market because there is, in fact, a sale of 40%. So again, we are looking at this pretty stingently here, and this has been up for almost half an hour, just kind of looking at this because this is what a lot of people want to focus on. I'm not going to leave this up for much longer because I know a lot of players want to do stuff, myself included, and I want to jump into the events of this entire Jubilee. That way I don't miss out on some of the stuff that needs to be done. But that being said, we do see the market fluctuating. I'm not going to be buying Zen personally. I know some people are. Some people are criticizing on how it's going to be going there. I've been talking with my fellow guild leader about what's going on, and he seems happy that it's dropping, but also upset because if he had Zen that he wanted to sell, he could no longer really do it for much of a profit. If you bought Zen for less than 480, this is my biggest recommendation. If you bought it for less than 480, you may want to consider what you're going to do with that Zen. Either spend it, or you can try to sell it. That's what I always tell people: is sell high, buy low, kind of thing. I know people who bought Zen for less than 400. If you bought Zen for less than 400, you should have already sold the vast majority of what you had if you did not need to buy anything from the Zen market. Okay? Now, if you do need stuff from the Zen market and you don't have Zen, this is the time to buy because there is a massive discount. And this kind of discount only comes around twice a year. We get it generally during the anniversary event, which is this time, and then again during like Black Friday. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're playing the game and you're trying to figure out what you want to do. Aside from that, there's lots of interesting things to do during this event. You don't have to just strictly be on the Zen market. You don't have to be just on the exchange. Yes, this is very profitable if you play with it, but I don't recommend it. Mainly because it gets really ugly and you can lose a lot of money playing this. It's just like the stock market. If you're playing with it too much and you get greedy, you're going to lose money. So just be aware that this is a risk that you can take, but I do not recommend it. I do not condone it. There are probably tons of people who are like, well, it's so much money to be had. Yes, very much money to be had. I mean, just look at this section, which is the sell. We have it going all the way down to the 489, which is 2,000 requested. We barely have anything really being requested, nothing beyond the 50,000 mark. Okay, 490 we have about 50,000. Not quite there though. But the fact of the matter is we still have that there, and people are trying to push it down. You can see that every time the requested quantity goes down for a certain number. So if you see the requested quantity drop to, let's say, what we see with 494 at 180, if it ever drops to 0, it just is eliminated, and then we move up and shows further up. And what happens is when you start going down, it moves more stuff up. And right now that means that our available is probably at 497, when I go over here. So just kind of keep that heads up there. That is what it looks like. Meanwhile, we're looking back over here and you can see the fluctuations going pretty sporadically. And I know this is quick for a lot of you that are just tuning in. Zen is currently at 498 and has been pretty steadily fluctuating. So again, I do not recommend buying Zen unless you need to buy it for something on the Zen market. Otherwise, if you're planning on just reselling it, you're probably going to get burned. Mainly because the cap is 500, and the closer you get to that cap, the less likely you're going to make money. And that also means the profit margin is less. Because if you buy something at, let's say, 497, which we have here, and you try to sell it at 499 or even 500, you're looking at a 2 to 3 diamond per Zen profit. That means if you have, let's say you have somewhere around the ballpark of 25,000 Zen, or yeah, 25,000 Zen that you're going to buy at 497 and you're going to sell it at 500. Okay, with the chances of this thing, the way it fluctuates, I don't recommend 500. But if you happen to sell it for 500, that means you'll make 25,000 for it going to 498, another 25,000 for 499, another 25,000 for 500, which is 75,000 AD. Which sounds like a pretty lucrative thing, but you'll also have to wait for it to adjust that much. If you can do it beforehand and sell it for, 498 or 499, you're looking at 25,000 to 50,000. Okay, that's roughly what you'll get. And it's fluctuating dangerously close, and we've already seen this thing drop all the way down to 484. In a way, I kind of wish I would have bought it for 484 because it's already jumped up 10 points plus, and I could have made a ton of money. Because when you think about it, I have like 6 million. Let's just say 6 million. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and divide it by 484. I could have bought 12,396. And then we multiply that by the amount that we can sell it for right now, which is 498. Okay, even if we're being gracious, and then we subtract how much we paid, which is 6 million, we have a net profit of, get this, 173,000 AD, which in the grand scheme of things is kind of a big risk with that big of a gap. It's just kind of ridiculous. So, again, I don't recommend it. There are better ways to make money than playing this market. Okay? Again, if you bought it for less than 480, I would recommend you sell your Zen. Okay? If you bought it for less than 400, you should have sold it a while ago. Okay? Especially yesterday or the day before, because it hit 500. So anybody who's tuning in and seeing this, please keep that in mind when you're looking at this. Again, this is just what's going on with the market. It is fluctuating again, up and down. I do not recommend, I repeat, I do not recommend buying any Zen. Okay? Because you will get burned unless you know what you are doing. So, and a lot of players I know are like, oh yeah, big money, big money, big money. No, that's not how it works. You can't just claim that you're just going to make money because of trends, because people look at those trends, they analyze those trends, and then they go against those trends because they don't believe in them. And those are the ones that actually make the money, not the people in the trends. So, again, this is what's going on with this event. Just kind of keep it in mind. Again, a 40% off sale in the Zen market. As far as I know, there is no PlayStation Network or PlayStation Store sale, okay, for this game. So that means that there is not going to be a massive influx of Zen coming in. It's just going to be whoever has Zen who is going to basically be putting it on the market, or those that are willing to shell out the money on the PlayStation Store without any discounts. And yes, they amplified it up with their charge event, which I'm going to pull this down so everybody can see. It's right now at $4.97 with about this much in the requested quantity. So let's take a quick look. And what am I talking about? I am talking about this. Where'd it go? The summer, wait, where? Yeah, summer promotional, the charge event. Okay, is what I'm looking for. Sorry. So buy 1,000 Zen from the PlayStation Store, you get 4 enchanted keys. Buy 2,500, it's 30 days of free VIP. 5,000 is you get a mount. 7,500, you get a free companion, basically, which is neat. You spend 10,000, you get an epic experience booster, and then 20,000 Zen is runic bag of holding, another mount, and 5 coalescent wards. Which, if you don't know how much this actually is, I'm just going to point this out that 1,000 Zen currently, I believe, is about $10. That means that's $25. That means this is $50. This is $75. This is $100. This is $200. Okay? Again, you can make a lot of money if you're willing to put money into the game. Okay? But the problem is that this is just to kind of bring you in. And I don't foresee anybody really wanting to do this at this current time. I have to... I see somebody that... I just saw someone's name. Hot. So I just saw somebody's name pop up on the screen. I think that they are in my guild and they are online. Wonder what's going on there. So it looks like he opened up something neat. I love it when I see people's names that I know pop up. So just kind of keep that in mind. We are still on the other events, which are pretty hot, which are double refining stones, double influence, Wondrous Bazaar discounted, and the Protector's Jubilee. Again, if you are in a guild and you are of like the guild leader, you need to go build your temporary structures that are only up for 24 hours. They are outside the north entrance of your guild. They are worth it. You can get influence, Astral Diamond Chest, and many of the other things that you need for your guild. They do not give you shards of power, but they can give you the other items. Alright, so just a heads up, that's what you should be doing first and foremost if you're just logging into the game. Last but not least, I'm going to go back over this because some people were not aware. When you come into your storefront, you need to look under the new tab or the free tab. You will get one of 2 items. One item that will come up, it will be a refinement pack. Okay? Refinement gemstones. I will make note of this. I will repeat this as many times as I need to. If you get this, because it is free, I don't know if it happens if you buy these separately, but the free one will open automatically. You will not get doubled. It's all bound to your account. I can show you what I mean here in a moment, but you also get a rank 14 pack. So I'm just opening up my bag real quick. So what I got was a couple blood rubies, a brilliant diamond, a vicious enchantment rank 10, and a moderate enchanting stone. I thought this was a greater one. Well, I got 4 of them. Anyway, and then you will also get the 14th anniversary pack where you get to choose from a rank 14 Azure, Dark, Radiant, or Silvery enchantment. So if you're expecting something a little bit more elaborate, sorry, but that is what you get the choice of. It's an account bound enchantment. You cannot break it down for refinement. You can't do anything else with it. And this, yeah, you can break this one down for refinement if you really wanted to. The one that you get from the uh, pack, but you can't do it with this one. Okay, this one it just doesn't let you. So you can either equip it or to unequip it. You can send it to alt or whatever. So if you know what you're looking for, it is a rank 14 enchantment, which is really great because I've never owned a rank 14 enchantment. Uh, Aside from, I think, my. No, I don't even have a rank 14 for bonding runestones. Because I thought about it, but then the thing that stops me is this thing right here. Ultimate Enchanting Stones. It just costs too much, in my opinion. So, and some people might be like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. That's total BS. No, it's not BS. It is totally the case. So, but I have more than enough refinement, and my rule with refinement is if it is bound to my character or my account, if it's bound to my account, I will transfer it to my main character, and I will take my character bound and account bound refinement, and I will break it down once I have a full stack. If it is unbound, that means I can sell it. I will sell it when I get a full stack. I'm still working on my blood rubies. I have 75 ready to go. But at the same time, I don't really have a whole lot. You know, just sitting here with all sorts of stuff. Wards are different because I don't get a whole lot of them. And I use them when I can. So now that there is an event where, or a sale that I can get refinement, I'm not going to actually buy it. Mainly because I don't want to buy into the system of Zen. So again, here is what it's looking like. I'm about to sign off on this stream. So if you're wanting to get more of a clear update, I would check to see if anybody else is posting this. But this is pretty exciting. I've been streaming for a little bit over an hour, almost an hour and a half. Well, not quite, about an hour and 15 minutes. So we kind of saw the entire process. So again, this is a pretty exciting event. I think it's kind of a cool event, but I still think it's inferior to the Winter Festival, just my personal opinion, despite being given all sorts of stuff. So hopefully the next time I cover an event, it'll probably be the Winter Festival, mainly because I don't really like the Summer Festival. So, alright, with that being said, thanks for watching. This has been Mune with More Than Peaches Gaming. Hopefully you guys liked the information given. Got to see the excitingness of this entire market and how it was playing out. So, thanks again if you tuned in. And hopefully if you're watching this, down the line, later today, a week, maybe a few months, or even next year, you have an idea of what's going on and what to expect. Because we know what has happened. And now we know what Cryptic does for promotional events and how they'll go about it. I'm going to take a quick look here in the PlayStation Store once I end this to see if there's actually any sales. And if not, so be it. I'm probably not going to make a follow-up video for this because I don't think it's nearly that important. But this is still a big event for everybody. And if you have not gotten the chance to log on, I'm sorry. Simple as that. I'm sorry if you missed your opportunity to do what you wanted to do. Because I know some people are like, yeah, I'm just going to sell my Zen. As soon as I get everything I want to buy, I'm just going to definitely have a profit. So sorry for you guys, especially if you bought it at a high price. Let's say at like $4.98 or $4.99, because realistically, you're probably not going to be able to break even. So just a heads up. that's just not going to happen. Okay? But best of luck for everybody who's opening up lockboxes or opening up any of the free items or trying to get drops for this. And let the RNG be with you because, honestly, I'm a guild leader for the RNG screwed me. Have a great day.